Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana, after the all-time high, obviously still in this correction here, this long correction that started when it was at around 260 US dollars, has been coming down in this ABC correction. We've been talking about it since November. It recently hit the target area. I have now reduced the target area to an updated one, because we hit the first target area. Then we saw that probably the downtrend isn't over yet. I did reduce the target area down now to a price range between $30 and $55 because it recently made a lower low. The low was $75, actually not too far away from the 55, and that is where I expect the price to go to. Why that target area? Well, for the target area here before was starting at $100. That was absolutely reached, but we cannot see a strong reaction to the $100 range or $100 level. And we can see that actually what we are seeing here coming down looks fairly impulsive, and that the downtrend isn't over yet, especially as it made a lower low. And we then have the targets between $30 and $55. That is the Fibonacci level, the 88.7% Fib level at $30 and the 78.6% Fib level at 55. That is where I expect the price to land, mainly because any potential uptrend here where the low could have already been in here as on $81, that was invalidated by the price dropping below 81 here and dropping all the way down to 75. However, nevertheless, we see a little bit of a recovery at the moment, and Solana even moved out of this descending wedge. As it did that, we could potentially expect a little bit more upside now, a little bit of a recovery, because the indicators are very much down. We've got here the next resistance level depending on when it reaches it. You've got this descending trend line coming down here from that main channel in which Solana is trading. You can see that here, that main channel. Solana was really oversold here, especially on the 25th, 24th of January. You can see that on the RSI here, below 30. Very recently here, where it moved to $75, it was at 34. Could have dropped a little bit more, but I guess it now follows Bitcoin a little bit. Bitcoin was oversold, and therefore, as Bitcoin is recovering, Solana recovering as well. But my view is that Bitcoin recovered here a little bit more than Solana. Solana still showing weakness in the chart. So overall, nothing too exciting. I mean, I could even move that trend line here of that descending wedge and make it work for this sort of for an extended pattern or for a different kind of pattern where the price would still be in the descending wedge. So maybe we don't talk about a breakout out of the descending wedge, especially as we don't really see the volume. You have a bit of volume here, but I mean, that was not after the breakout, so maybe it's not a breakout, and you're still in this descending wedge that could push the price further down. Currently at a resistance level then, if we talk about that, so it is still in this descending wedge, currently approaching here the resistance line of the wedge at $91. And we now just need to see how the price is reacting to this. What I can tell you is that anything that is coming up here does not look very strong. It does not look impulsive at all, but we can see on the daily here that the MACD is turning to the upside again. So we already have a bullish cross here on the MACD. Now the thing is, if the daily candle closes like that and we get a bullish cross, then this could extend further. And if you get that, last time we had a bullish cross here on the Solana chart on the daily, it did move from, price was here, from around $93 to $122. So there is a bit of a recovery that we can potentially now expect. But the recovery, first of all, the price needs to break above the $91 level, that descending wedge. And then it should also, depends, maybe it will then find resistance here at this descending trend line. Overall, because the structure does not really allow now any pump to the upside, I do expect the price to come down further. I mean, we are now already at a resistance, so maybe it already bounces off here and will go down again and find support at the lower support level of this descending wedge. This is now really the micro moves that we're talking about. We could already be in this wave 5 here, and within this wave 5 we just have our subwaves here. You know that nothing moves in a straight line, and that therefore the price is following the current downtrend. I think a drop down to $55 is absolutely realistic at the moment here for Solana. You can see also here on the 1 hour chart that the price is just moving down here, making lower lows, making lower highs. Here even the last high yesterday when Bitcoin pumped a little bit, all it was not even a higher high. So also here just a basically, yeah, not a higher high, but also not a lower high. It basically hit the resistance or the height of the previous high, and could now come down again. So this is what we just need to watch, the micro movements. Generally, I would expect here also a little bit more of a recovery because of the daily MACD turning to the upside a little bit. But before we see here any breakout out of the wedge, it's extremely difficult to assume anything. Generally, what I see here in the chart is that the downtrend is not over yet, and that we can expect lower prices going forward. And from here then, from that target area down there, Solana has a really good chance to turn around and would then move all the way up in the next wave to my target area from at least $420, $450, but possibly higher, and it could go all the way up to $700 US. Right, that is my view here on Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.